Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Kickoff Labs live marketing chats. This week, we're going to be talking about how to get started with Kickoff Labs. So we'll be talking about some best practices. I'm going to be showing you how I would personally build a Kickoff Labs campaign. And who am I specifically? Well, great question. Let me go and switch over to my screen here. So I'm Izzy Palmerin. I'm a technical marketing expert here at Kickoff Labs. I personally have helped thousands of customers get the most from Kickoff Labs viral tools from our platform of amazing marketing tools and help those customers reach or exceed their marketing goals. So very happy about that. And I'd love to do the same for you and your company. So I am going to be talking, like I mentioned, about some best practices. I'll be showing you guys how I would set up a campaign, but also I would love to also personalize this. Let me go and go back. I'd love to personalize this webinar just a little bit, just to make sure that it's just a little bit more focused towards what you guys are looking to do with the actual platform. But glad to have you with us during this webinar. We have a couple guests, so we have some viewers and some guests. So great to have you all online. So I would appreciate if someone in the chat can basically say yes, meaning that you can hear and you could see me. So you should be seeing the getting started with Kickoff Labs, and you should be hearing me. So if anybody can confirm that, that would be awesome. Then I'll feel more comfortable in continuing with the presentation. Alrighty, so no one in the chat yet has told me that they can hear and see me. If anybody in the chat can go ahead and let me know. Awesome, thanks guests. Awesome, very much. Thank you very much for that. Perfect. So that just makes me feel a lot better that you guys can see my screen. So great. So thank you very much once again for having, for joining us. Once again, we're going to be talking about some best practices and how to best get started with Kickoff Labs. So that's me, that's Izzy Palmerin. First, I'm going to be talking about some, okay, so first, actually, let's go ahead and jump into the actual platform. That might make more sense. So first, I'm going to just go ahead and start sharing another screen here. Give me one sec. Now, we should be seeing my campaign screen. Right now, we're seeing a whole bunch of campaigns, but let me go into a different one. Here we go. I'm jumping into my personal account. Alrighty, so basically, the first time that you log in, Kickoff Labs is going to ask you to create a new campaign. I already have a whole bunch of campaigns here, but Kickoff Labs is going to ask you, hey, add a new campaign. So we added this awesome new campaign onboarding feature, which I'll go ahead and go through it now. It's really, really easy. All I need to do is just give my campaign a name. So I'll give it my viral campaign. And if in case that I wanted to create an empty campaign, which would basically mean that I would need to build the entire campaign myself. Like I would add landing pages and I would add thank you pages. I can click the create an empty campaign. But since I want this to all happen automatically, I want Kickoff Labs to build it for me. I'm just going to go ahead and uncheck the create an empty campaign because I want to create a full campaign, and I'll go ahead and click continue. Now it's going to ask me how I want to collect leads, because Kickoff Labs has three main ways that we can collect leads for you. So that's either using one of our landing pages. So we have a whole bunch of awesome high converting landing page templates that you could choose from. We also have pop-ups that can be installed onto your website, onto your blog, onto your e-commerce site, like a Squarespace page. You can connect, you can actually pop up a form on there. Lots of ways to actually collect leads. And the third and final way is using your own existing form. Now, how does that work? Actually, that would actually connect to any existing form on your website. So let's say you had a web page that you built, that a custom developer built for you, and it's a static HTML page, and they would have a form on there. All you would need to do is just install Kickoff Labs any form, and it would magically connect to our platform, and that way you can start redirecting to viral thank you pages, all the cool stuff that I'm going to be doing, you can do with just about any third-party form. And I'm going to show you some of the ones. So you could use an existing HTML page. You guys could bring in unbounce pages, Instapage. You could use WordPress. You could use Squarespace, as I mentioned. Lots of tools that you could bring in, like third-party tools, and connect them to Kickoff Labs, so you could get those viral features, introduce those viral features into your marketing. So I'm just going to go choose one of our landing pages, which is my preferred route. It's super easy. Our landing pages are really awesome. All you really need to do, they're already built to convert. So all you really need to do is just add in your own copy, add in your own images, and you're all set. So I'm going to choose one of my favorite ones. I'll go to Harry Signs Up. If you wanted to see more, you can check out the View All Themes button, and this will go ahead and stretch out all the rest of the themes that we have available for you. So let's go ahead and choose the Harry Signs Up. So every now and then I'll be jumping into the chat. You might have seen that I jumped in the chat now. I'm not sure, but I'll be jumping into the chat just to check if there are any questions along the way. Happy to answer those questions. Okay. So I chose my theme, and Kickoff Labs asked me if I want to add an exit intent widget. This is recommended. Why? Because this is a secondary way to collect leads on not just a landing page. You can install an exit intent onto any third-party website, onto your blog. But since I'm building my landing page now, it's asking me, do I want to add this exit intent? Yes, I do. So this is a pop-up widget with a form, basically with a call to action to sign up. That'll pop up when someone is going to leave the site. So you'll see it in just a moment once I already build the site. So yes, I do want to add the exit intent. We highly recommend that because, like I said, it's a secondary way to get people to take action. So yeah, really recommend it. Okay, so the third step now is just choosing my thank you pages. There are a lot of different thank you page experiences that I could choose from. I invite you to just take a look at each one, see which one works best for you. We have like a leaderboard experiences where people could see how they stand in line as far as how many referrals they've gotten. There are wait lists where you can show people what place in line they are, and you can also incentivize them to share so they could skip the line too. We have reward levels, which you can use all kinds of different prizes and rewards. So after people reach 5 referrals, you can automatically send them like an email notification with a reward, 10 referrals, 15, whatever. So lots of different thank you page experiences that you could choose from. So like I said, I do invite you just to take a look at them all. Feel free to send an email to support@kickofflabs.com if you need any help choosing the best one for your marketing campaign. Because we have a lot of experience, choosing the best kind of thank you page and the best kind of overall campaign experience focused towards different industries. Like, for example, physical products might use, they might want to focus a little bit more on these prize reward levels where people can earn either discounts or physical products for bringing on additional customers, for bringing on more referrals to your campaign. So that's just an example. Awesome. So without getting too much into that, let me go ahead and choose one of my favorite thank you pages and finish building this campaign. All I need to do is click Create Campaign. Wait a few moments and boom, that's it. You're all done. Congratulations. Woohoo. That's all I need to do. I already have a landing page. So the Kickoff Labs shows me this is my landing page, this is my exit intent, and this is my thank you page. I can go ahead and click to test and preview the page at any time. I can go ahead and basically check out my campaign. This is literally live on the internet already. I'll go ahead and share it in the chat. You guys can literally start signing up, which would be cool. I mean, just test some fake email signups or whatever you want, just so we could take a look at the conversion data, because I see that there's a question about conversion data. So okay, so there is a question in the chat. So guest 5067 asks, do you have any typical average conversion numbers on exit intent? How many conversions come from exit intent widgets? That's actually a great question. So first, let's take a look at the exit intent. So you saw that I kind of try to mouse away from the from the page, and that's why the exit intent popped up. This is what it's programmed to do. It's programmed to pop up a form just in case somebody tries to close the page or they're not interested. This will kind of pop up just to gauge more interest. So what about conversion numbers? Without getting too much into like customer specifics, I mean, trying to round off like certain customers that I've seen that have really leveraged great copy on the exit intent, because that's really what's going to affect how well or not your exit intent converts. The actual copy, if it's kind of rewording or rephrasing the main messaging and the main incentive of the page, that's kind of like the best way to use exit intents. It's instead of saying last chance to sign up. Let's say the incentive on the main page was sign up to get 50% off when we launch. Instead of saying last chance to sign up, I might reword this and say, are you sure you don't want that 50% off? Don't let it, don't miss out, sign up now. So that's kind of like rewording and rephrasing. So when you are doing that kind of strategy, we've seen exit intents reach up to a 50% conversion rate. So that means that the form on the page is converting at 50%, and it's converting 50% of those leads, and the exit intent is also converting another 50% of those leads. So they could be very, very powerful. It obviously depends on how you have them programmed. You can have it programmed to pop up automatically, like after 5-10 seconds, after people have enough time to actually engage with the page, or you can have it like an exit intent, which will basically trigger when people try to close the page. So it won't trigger automatically. It'll trigger when I close the page, or you can go ahead and pop it up after a certain amount of seconds. But it really, really depends on the actual copy and on the incentives. But if you really wanted to like break that down within your KickoffLabs reports, you can actually see which form and which pages are getting what percentage of signups. So cool. So I just want to show you guys this form. I mean, this page and this campaign is already live and running on the internet. Sure, it has a domain which I might want to change. I mean, right now it's published to Kickoff Pages, which is our free domain. That's totally okay. You can do that. But obviously, I would want to leverage my own custom domain, have everything branded completely with my business. So let's go ahead and continue and see what happens when I sign up. Sign up today. All right, cool. So I see that it's just automatically connected to the thank you page that I set up. Nothing additional that I need to do. Obviously, I mean, I want to jump in and start changing this copy, but that's pretty much it. I mean, that's how powerful KickoffLabs is. All you need to do is just put a couple steps together and you have a good campaign. But obviously, yes, you need to put some more thought into creating the actual rest of the campaign. So let's go ahead and close this off. And I want to go to my dashboard because I already tested and previewed the actual campaign. Now I want to check it out on my dashboard. So awesome. Here I'm already on my dashboard. I can see here's my landing page, here's my exit intent, and my thank you page. Now to start editing the actual copy of the the images, to start customizing the page to my business, all I need to do is click edit page. And this goes the same for the thank you page, exit intent, and landing pages. So all I need to do is click edit page, and I'll be sent directly to the designer where I could start customizing the text. Oops, amazing business is coming. I can start editing the text. You'll notice that I can start customizing it here. I can change the font size, all kinds of cool stuff that I could do. So very powerful, very easy to actually customize. But now that I'm here in the actual designer, let's talk a little bit about best practices, because when you're actually writing your copy, this is what's really going to get people to actually convert. A beautiful design is only going to go so far. The actual text on the page is what's going to get people to take action, to say, okay, this product or service is for me. I want to sign up. I'm convinced. So talking about best practices, I'm going to go ahead and switch really quick to another little screen here. So landing page best practices. Um, the most important, in my opinion, is focus on the copy. So make sure that you're talking about problems and how they are going to solve, like how your product or service is going to solve that specific person's problem. And like I mentioned, be specific. So you have to use that smart copywriting within your headlines, within your form, with all over your page, to focus on how you're going to make their lives better. How are you changing their lives? How are you going to impact that person's life? I'll show you a really quick, good example. So this is one of our past customer pages, and it's like a really basic product. I mean, it's a really utilitarian product. It's socks. They're selling socks. But check out the way they're wording it. I mean, for the secret agent in all of us. You don't really know what that is. But then the next subheadline goes, stealth socks. Next gen dress socks to keep your feet undetectably fresh. Now that is awesome. Okay, like they brought just a really simple product, and they just created this secret agent around it. How you want to be undetectable, you want to be fresh. So just kind of think about how you can kind of like make your campaign a little bit more exciting, and make it like nail how you're solving their product, their problem. This is the continuation of the page. Always be undetectable, designed to end odor and wetness. So I mean, they are really talking about hitting those problems. This page, in my opinion, really nailed it. Another customer page. So talking about copy again. The first subheadline is, the first headline is a really long headline, but guess what? It worked really well for them. So a 1-line headline, 2-line headline, that's not hard and fast rule. Put whatever works best, put whatever converts best. Check out what this reads. Love your coffee, but don't love how quickly it gets cold. Studies show how temperature loss equals flavor loss. Now keep coffee hotter, longer with more flavor. Boom. They nailed it. I mean, they're talking about the problem and they just solved it. Boom. All right. Now keep coffee hotter, longer with more flavor. That's amazing. And this was successful Kickstarted. Like this campaign went on Kickstarter. They were successfully crowdfunded. I actually bought myself one of these. So that was just a little bit about the copy. Now I'll go ahead and go back to the page, and then I'll talk about the call to action as well. Alrighty, so that was my just a little bit of landing page best practices for the copies, but specifically like the headlines and like the form text and all that stuff. So let me go ahead and start talking about the actual landing page designer again. From the basics tab. So this is where you're actually going to edit the theme specific options. So I'm going to find, so each landing page is going to have its own options. These will always be available in the general tab. Okay. The design tab, this is where I'm going to change the fonts of the page. I could change the overall just kind of design as far as fonts and colors go. So this is where I can change all of that. I could change the button. Let's make a red button, for example, which I'm not too crazy about red, but let's go ahead and make it like that. Alrighty, so that's how you can start customizing it. The form tab, this is where you can actually customize your form. You don't only need to collect email address. Let's say I wanted to collect an additional field. So let's go ahead and place another field for first name. I could just go ahead and click the add field button, and I'll go ahead and choose one of our predefined ones. If you wanted to create like a custom one, let's say create like collect phone number, you could just create your own custom field, give it a name, and throw in the actual label and helper text. But in this case, I'm just going to use one of our predefined ones, which is the first name. I'm going to say, what's your name? Alrighty. I'm not going to require that one because generally I just recommend requiring only the fields that your business essentially need, like just really needs to get business done. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. Let me change this form up. No, I want to keep it in line. I guess that looks best. Alrighty, so I want to actually, now the next thing I want to do is just change the first name so it's first, and then you're asking for email. So I'll just go and click and drag. You saw how easy that was for me to rearrange my form fields. I'll just click and drag them. Awesome. So now it's first name, email, sign up. Awesome. All right, great. If I wanted to change the sign up text, I could go ahead and click sign up to get something free. That's my button text. Awesome. Okay. And so that's my form. The thanks tab, this is where you can customize the built-in thank you message. Kickoff Labs actually, like all of our landing pages and all of our forms come with built-in thank you message. Currently, this is attached to a thank you page. But let's say I didn't want to send people to like a rewards page. Let's say I just wanted to present them with just a basic thank you message on the same page. This is where you would do it. It's called the instant thanks. And let's say you wanted to actually configure that. You would need to just remove the thank you page and you would get the instant thanks. But in this case, I prefer the thank you page because it provides more of a viral experience. So I'll keep that thank you page attached. But just so you're aware, in case you did not want to use a thank you page, there is the instant thanks, which will basically just, after I sign up, it'll give me a thank you and share buttons directly here on this page. Redirect options. This is in case I wanted to redirect people to a third-party page, like a custom URL or any other page. I could do that from the redirect option. So after people sign up, they would be sent. I can choose my thank you page, which they're already signed up to, like it's already hooked up to do that, or they could be sent to a custom redirect URL. The on exit tab, this is where I would add the exit intent widget. But since I went through the setup, it's already been automatically added for me, just like the thank you page. Nothing else I need to do there. The settings tab, this is extremely important to fill out. So we highly, highly recommend adding your page title, meta description, which should just basically be like a short description of your product or service, the Facebook share title, share description, all that good stuff. Because this is what's going to get shared when people share, like when people click to share your page on socials. Let me put just a quick basic image there. I guess we could put this one. So be sure to fill out your page title, meta description, all this. And this goes for the sign up page and your thank you page. Okay. Just what I generally recommend placing just the share, the identical same share message in the thank you page and in the sign up page, just in case people want to share either or of those pages. They'll always get the same share message. The goal is to get people to share the sign up page, obviously, because this is where you want to drive more people to where there's a form on the page. So just my recommendation, place the same share title on both the sign up and the thank you page. There's a couple other areas here where you can add custom scripts. You can customize a privacy template. Most KickoffLabs forms come with a privacy policy, so you can customize that privacy policy here. And once I'm done with my changes, all I need to do to click and to like publish them is click the publish button. And this has been published live to the internet. So my amazing business is coming. This is my new page. Awesome. Okay, let me see if there's any questions along the way. No questions in the chat yet. Cool. So I'll just keep on going then. I guess the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is just let me show you how to edit the thank you pages real quick. How I mentioned earlier, the general tab, this is where you're going to find all of the theme specific options. So this thank you page, all of the specific options here are going to be under the general page. General tab. And this is where I can change the reward levels. Like this specific theme is the reward level theme. So I could choose, different reward levels. Let's say I just want 3. I want the first one to be after 3 people, and then the second one after, what's a good number? 10 is fine. So if you get 3 friends, you get something, and if you get 10 friends, you get something else. And let me go ahead and customize this. So price level. Let's say you're in. You got something for free. I know I'm being very vague with my incentives, but I'll be talking about good ideas for incentives in just a few moments. So I'll say more free stuff. And then so on and so on. And I could just like keep on adding if I really wanted to. One of the more powerful things that I really love doing, especially for these like prize levels, I love putting in images. So click the add image button, and let's say I had an image of my prize. Where's my? I'm giving away. Let's say I'm giving away. I don't know, a subscription to Mailchimp or something. I'll just add it, and boom, there's the amazing image. It's not the best looking image. I might want to make sure that it's a PNG transparent. If it has a background, make sure that it's white. But you get the idea. I mean, I can add all kinds of custom text and images and formatting here, just so people can kind of track their progress a little better. Let me quickly show you. I can also like remove sections. You saw that there was that big old bottom section with the video. I can either just delete the video myself. Like, let's say I don't want it. Delete it. That's it. Really simple. Start adding my own text. Add my own text. You're going to see that it's all formatted funky, but really easy to fix. So I can start adding my own text, or like you saw, I can remove that section entirely. So really powerful stuff. I can quickly customize the page. The way I really recommend starting with your campaign is yes, kind of have the page and the thank you page and the overall experience in mind. Like take that all into account. But you should really have like all your copy ready to go, all your copy and images just ready to place into the page, and just ready to go, because it shouldn't really take that long to build these pages. You see how quickly I'm just like jumping in and making all these changes. So let me go ahead and show you something that might be important and that I've noticed some customers missing sometimes. So I want to make sure that you guys see it this time. So for the social sharing messages, you'll notice that I recommended you guys place the Facebook share title and the share description here. And then there's Twitter share text and email share subject and share button. So you're going to find several places where you would need to update the share message. Why is that? Because some of them, like some of these messages, like for example, these, like the Twitter share text, Facebook share, this is actually grabbing the information from the page directly. So from the thank you page. Now, if I go to the general tab and I go to the social section, which is right here, social, let's say I click on the little pencil icon for Twitter, you'll notice that there's more Twitter share text here. Now, what's going on here? Why are there two Twitter share texts, and then there's like 2 email share text? What's going on? Well, we have those placed twice on the page because one of them, like I said, is for the actual page itself, for the thank you page, and the social buttons are for the actual buttons on the page. Now, these are meant to share the sign up page, obviously, like the page with the form on them. So that's why you would need to kind of like customize these 2 different share texts. So I just wanted to make sure that you all saw that there are different places to actually customize the share message, and that's why, because it's shared in different ways. Okay, so let's say I already finished this page. I already added all kinds of cool stuff. I'm done basically. All I need to do is I can either click save to save a draft of the page, or if I wanted to publish it live to the internet, all I need to do is click publish and it'll save and publish it for me. So that's all I need to do. And I saw that there's a question in the chat, so let me go ahead and answer that question really quick. Set up a 2-stage process on the thank you page where we ask the person signing up to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram before showing her unique personalized link. Currently, we can't do that. Currently, like we do have some like step-by-step, which I'll go ahead and show you those thank you pages. I'm going to create a new one. I'll go and scroll down, create a new thank you page, and you can see that we have some like a page which kind of works like the step-by-step. I would consider this one. I can go ahead and demo this one. This is one that's going to like tell people, all right, so step 1, share with friends. Step 2, check your email. But what you could tell them to do is like, you can totally customize this page completely. So you could tell them, step 1, like us on Facebook. Step 2, like us on Instagram. Step 3, share with friends. So that's something that really works. And there's another thing that you could do is, instead of asking for the like on social, after they sign up, you can get it previous to. So there's another page. I forgot which one it is specifically. I'm looking for it now. It's like, oh, here we go. The Go Viral Social Contest. So check this one out. This one is just, I know it's a really basic and ugly page, but you can totally fix it. So, I mean, just how quickly you saw me customize the other one, you can easily customize this one to make it super beautiful. So this one is really powerful too, because it follows the same steps. Like 1, like us. 2, follow us. 3, add your email. So it does feel like those mandatory steps that people need to take to be included in the campaign. They're not mandatory steps, because people, I mean, because since our main focus is not really getting people to share, mainly is getting people to refer people, because getting people to share tons of times on social, yeah, that's great, but if it's not bringing in leads or extra referrals for you, then that doesn't really count. So that's why we do focus on getting the actual referrals. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely ways to like build your social following in the process. So alrighty, so you guys saw that I already have my campaign up and running. Let me show you really quick. Like, if I wanted to publish this to my own custom domain, first thing I would need to do is go to the custom domains tab and add my custom domain. It's really easy. All I need to do is just make a quick CNAME change. We have a lot of instructions here, and you can check out our support site. It's at support.kickofflabs.com. Lots of detailed information as far as how to set up and for domain setup and all that good stuff. Excuse me. So this is where I would add my custom domain. Once my domain has been added, all I need to do is just click change URL, and I can publish it directly to my custom domain name. You saw that I scrolled down just a little bit. So it says here, all right, pick a version to publish. I want to publish the most recent. Pick publish to your domain name. Now I'll just click this, and this is my own personal domain, which is totally okay. So right now I have a website, like a KickoffLabs page at my personal domain, so I can't publish it to my like normal domain. But if you wanted to, obviously you could publish it to www.yourdomain.com, no problem. But since I already have a page there, I'm gonna need to publish it somewhere else. I'll publish it to sign up. Let's see if this one's available, because I think I might have published something there. Yes, I published something there, so it didn't like that. So let me go and do something really quick. Oh, it looks like it might have worked. There we go. So I think I might have gone to my other campaign. I think I did something weird here, since I was clicking around and like doing some changes. But anyway, like you saw how easy it was for me to like publish to my custom domain. You see this page is now living on this URL. If I wanted to change this URL, I would need to do is click change URL. Once again, click my path, and instead of sign up, I could do like thank you and share, which is a really long URL, but I just want to make sure that it's available. Now, the reason you might have seen that error is because since our accounts are like admin accounts, we get a lot of additional access. You shouldn't see any of those errors. And if you do, please email support@kickofflabs.com. So you saw, like, this is already published to my custom domain. I have Palmerin, that's my custom domain. Thank you and share. Really quickly, really easy. Nothing really, like, there's not too much setup that I need to do. You can literally have your page published to your custom domain within like 5 or 10 minutes, honestly. So what else did I want to show you guys? Let me talk a little bit more about best practices, because I know I did skip some of those things. So I'll show you my presentation. And we're probably going to end the actual presentation talking about these best practices. So if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the chat now. So I'll probably be talking for about another 10 or 15 minutes, okay? So Another landing page best practice is to make sure that your first call to action is really clear. And not only the first one, I mean, any call to action on the page is really clear. People should not struggle to find the call to action on your page. It should be really, really like highly visible. And I'll show you some examples. So check this page out. It's one of our past customers, but these guys are using 2 call to actions on the page, but it still works really well for them. Like the main call to action still contrasts really strong against the actual page. There's that secondary call to action which says watch the video, but it doesn't distract from the primary goal. Like the form is really strong. The form field is just like a strong light. The button stands out. That's a really great strategy. So make sure that your button does stand out. And what color does your button need to be? Like what converts better? Because I got customers asking me that all the time. Which color converts better? Is it green? Is it red? Is it orange? It's whatever color contrasts best against your page. So this is a great example. This customer used a black call to action, but guess what? This is one that best converted. They actually A/B tested with the red button, with the blue button, all that. And the black one, since it kind of worked best with the page, kind of like followed that same minimal design, this is the one that converted best for them. So go with the one that converts best for you. Go with the one that contrasts strongest against your page. That's going to be the highest converting one. Alrighty, so this is talking about form fields. So you saw that I added first name and email address. So that's a fairly common practice. You know, a lot of people ask for first name and email address. But if you start asking for a lot more information, you're gonna you're gonna see your conversions drop, and you might even see them drop drastically. So be sure to limit the form fields that are on the page. Preferably only ask for an email address. So this is a good example of a good strategy where they're asking for an email address, but they're also kind of gauging interest. They want to know where they should actually place most of their marketing efforts. Should they launch in the App Store in the US? Should they launch, should they launch in Australia? Should they launch in the UK? This asking for that information is really going to help them just better focus their actual marketing efforts. Like, let's say they were going to launch worldwide, that would be that would be much more resource intensive. So what you could do is just ask your audience, hey, where are you at? All right, this is where I'll focus my marketing. This form field is not so great, where they're asking for an email, okay, one form of contact, phone number, okay, a secondary form of contact, and then they're asking for the total number of people. This is like a water sports type of website, but you're kind of wondering, why would they ask for a total number of people? Oh, and plus that form field is required. So horrible strategy. Since you already have 2 forms of contact, which is email and phone number, you could easily pick up the phone or easily send an email. It can even be an email auto reply. So one of KickoffLabs email autoresponders, which just asks them like, hey, thanks for signing up. Mind us asking how many people you're going to be bringing along. I mean, this should be information that you should be asking for later on in the campaign. You could just get more and more information, build that customer profile little by little, as opposed to just asking for too many form fields all at once. Okay, so really important. You should include an incentive on the page. People want to know what's in it for them now. I mean, people love that instant gratification of like, all right, so I'll give you my email address and I'll get something in return immediately. So kind of think about how you can actually work some kind of incentive onto the page. It could be like the 5 free tips, like sign up to get this complimentary download, or sign up to get these 5 free tips on how to better mow your lawn, or whatever topic your industry is. Just kind of think as to what kind of incentive, and it doesn't have to be a physical incentive. It could be a digital incentive like this one. Lots of lots of things that you can do. This is another like a teacher-based one, but still, I mean, you can really offer all kinds of incentives. It could be percentage off. I'll talk about specific incentives in just a little bit. Sure to thank your customers. So after people sign up, I mean, that's why we built Kickoff Labs thank you pages because we saw the power of like, all right, so just, I mean, you already have a warm lead. You already got them to take some kind of initial action. Be sure to be nice. Tell them, hey, well, thank you very much. And the perfect tool to do that is with Kickoff Labs autoresponders. I mean, you want to keep that continuation of the campaign. Keep on with that momentum. Be sure that that your audience is still engaged. You're not just going to ask them to sign up once on a landing page and then not talk to them ever again. You know, not ever follow up with them. You want to keep them engaged with autoresponders, with email newsletters. So Kickoff Labs is one of the great ways to do that. This is one of our past customers too. So it's just a big thanks, a great image, so you can customize the emails just the same way you can kind of customize the pages, where you can format, add images, all kinds of cool stuff. So be sure to thank your audience and use Kickoff Labs autoresponders for that. And also be sure to reward people for sharing, because not only are they like signing up for your campaign, they're bringing people to your campaign. Like they're bringing additional people to your campaign. And how much difference can that make? A huge difference. Even if each person brings one additional person, that's 100% more leads. I mean, instead of getting 1,000 leads, each person brings one additional, that's 2,000 leads that you wouldn't have gotten without. So if you bring in some kind of reward or like prize levels into that, into that campaign, a lot more people are going to start signing up. If you get people to bring in 2 or 3 people, which isn't that hard, that's a huge difference. This is a really great example, just offering rewards, $5 off your stealth socks, get a free pair after 10 people, 3 pairs after 25 people. So you get the idea. Another great strategy. I mean, this is another one of our reward level tables. Just like a shout out, all right, a sticker, you get a mug, lots of different stuff. I know this is physical product stuff, but I'll talk about different kind of incentives in just a moment. Alrighty, so now to the nitty gritty. Incentive ideas. One of the best incentive ideas that I personally like are digital based, because they're not expensive. They're easy to distribute. You don't have to deal with logistics and shipping and all that stuff. So digital incentives are my favorite ones. Now, what can that be? That can be a downloadable ebook. It could be curated content. It can be, a subscription to your email newsletter or a drip course. All kinds of cool stuff. You could just think about what you can do to kind of just what you can quickly create just to engage people. And let me show you just a really great example. Now, we do that specifically with all of our posts for, like, let me show you our blog. You'll notice that each of our blog posts has one of these like resources attached to it. So if I scroll down, it'll say, here's a printable checklist of social media do's and don'ts. Get the checklist, boom. So this is a digital incentive. Get the checklist. Do you want it? Yes, I want this checklist. Now, what does this checklist look like? It's a really basic checklist. I mean, it's just a social media do's and don'ts. Don't think, I mean, this is it. This is what people sign up and get. Like, it doesn't need to be this huge resource. This is just some resources that we threw together. It took us 10 minutes to actually do it. Let's say you wanted to like beautify this, make it a lot nicer. There's a great tool that I love using. I recommend to, I've done work with this tool myself, but I also recommend it to customers. It's how to create a professional lead magnet. So it's beacon.by. I'll go and share that in the chat. It's a great ebook building tool. I just share that in the chat. So this is a great tool to build an awesome little ebook. And let me go ahead and log in and see if I can show you guys. I guess I'm not logged in on this browser, but it's just really easy to create a resource. If you have like a past blog, you can just pull those up. Really easy, really beautiful, really quick, and really powerful. Let me be honest with you. Cool. So those were the digital incentives. Let me talk about the rest of the incentives. One moment. Okie dokie. Yeah, so think about other types of like digital incentives. They don't need to be that ebook. It could be a webinar recording, like this past recording, slides from a presentation, just different versions of blog articles, all kinds of cool stuff. Time-based incentives. These are also really powerful because they're not really going to cost you too much money. All you're really doing is offering up your time. You're giving people like a founder one-to-one. I know that our customers love it. I would say a large percentage of our customers, and some of you might even be in the chat, take that like one-to-one meetup because you want that personal touch. People love that like personal touch. That free email consultation could be a free business quote. Whatever it is, just make sure that it's like a personal touch with the founder, with the creators, with the, with someone direct from your team. Monetary based incentives. So this is something that provides value to to your visitors or to your leads, but it's usually free to you. So this could be like free beta access to your product, like that's early access, a free month, a free upgrade, just different things that you could do. The upgrade to the pro version, discounts, all kinds of different ways to offer in like value to your visitors, but it's not really costing you too much money. Goods-based incentives. So these tend to be a little bit more expensive, and they are resource intensive, but they work great just for brand building, pen stationery gifts, mugs, all that like all that cheesy like swag stuff basically. So free swag, people love getting it. Great for brand building. Hey, I mean, if your customers were wearing your t-shirts, I mean, I'm pretty sure that people might visit the webpage. So also, if you do go this route, make sure that it's nicely designed. That's really important too. Prize-based incentives, these are really great for brand building too. They're going to get you the most attention, but unfortunately, usually these tend to be the lowest quality leads because since you might be offering like free product or like a free iPad or the latest trendy gadget, a gift card, people just want that free stuff. It's great for brand building. You're going to get a lot of attention, but like I said, it might not result in the highest quality leads. So after your campaign is said and done, you might not make as many sales as you were expecting to make. But it just really depends on what point you're at your business and what you're trying to get done. This is just another quick example. So this is just get 5 people to show up, get $5 off, 1 free boxer brief after 10, 3 free boxer briefs after 25. So why am I showing this? Because this is kind of like a great way to actually calculate how much a lead is actually worth to you. So this is kind of good. It's kind of like telling us, all right, so to this customer, if one lead brings in 5 additional, referrals, each of those referrals is worth about $1 to them. So you can roughly calculate what kind of prizes you can afford to give, especially for like physical products. This is it's kind of one way to kind of gauge. All right, so how much is one lead worth to me? So having said that, we've reached the end of our presentation. And if you do have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. You can always email our amazing support team at support@KickoffLabs.com. We're providing the best support we can. We have a small team, so you usually have contact with either our support person, Shanna. We have our founders, Scott and Josh, Mike. I have, marketing myself. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to send them to us, and always happy to answer those. And I'll be hanging out in the chat for the next few minutes. So if you do have any additional questions along the way, please feel free and post them in the chat. So next week, we're going to be doing our live landing page reviews. So be sure to visit KickoffLabs.com/live, and that's where you can get a free landing page review. So I'd love to see your guys' landing pages next week. So take all this week to build it. Write out some awesome copy, bring up, create some awesome incentives, build your awesome share messages. And actually, you know what? One thing that I really wanted to show you guys, which is something I recently posted, is um, something that's called the sharing boost. So it's, let me show you something really quick. Alrighty, so from our support site, there's something called the sharing boost. So this is like a really great resource on how to create high support, on how to create high converting social sharing images, because that's really going to be where most of your visits are going to be coming. Since it's a referral campaign, you want to be sure that that it's optimized for like Facebook, and we recently published a great article that kind of provides you with all of that insight. What's the best image size? That's basically what we're trying to give you tips so your business succeeds. So having said that, we've reached the end of our presentation, and thank you very much for joining us. And I'll very likely be seeing some of you within the next few days, chatting with some of you. So thanks again, and have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.